They're using it right now. You should have cut a CD. You should have written a book. You should have got a school and got that degree. You should have started your own business. There's so many things you should have done. You should have done, but you didn't do it because you're scared. You believe that not to say scared is what you are scared. You are scared. You're scared of failure. You're scared to make a mistake. You're scared that you're not perfect. I'm telling you that you have got to do it. Are you hearing what I'm saying? No. To do what you want, to have what you want, to be what you want. It's a lie. If you wait for that perfect moment and perfect time, it's not going to happen. You know what you have to do? You have to create the perfect time and the perfect opportunity and the perfect situation. So a lot of people become comfortable. They stop growing. They stop wanting it. They become satisfied. People getting ready to go to jobs that they don't like. Jobs that are making them sick. You see, when you're not pursuing your goal, you are literally committing spiritual suicide. When you have some goal out here that you're stretching for and reaching for that takes you out of your comfort zone, you'll find out some talents and abilities you have that you didn't know you had. When the message of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game? There are things that you think you'll never need to know, that you may only need to know one time in your life, but that can save your life because you have that knowledge. Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it? That you talked yourself out of it? You're waiting on your next door neighbor to make it happen for you, it may not happen. If you're waiting on your mother or your father, they may be so ancient in their thinking that they don't understand this opportunity that you have. And if you're waiting on them, it may never get done. You don't beg average people to be phenomenal. You don't beg good people to be phenomenal. You just are phenomenal and you will attract phenomenal. What reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up? Find that reason. If you're not where you are, if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have what you believe to have, if you're not where you think you can be in this particular place, it has nothing to do with the system, but it has everything to do with the fact that you're not making the sacrifice. I want you to make that dream become a reality. But if you don't, you will be working for somebody else to make their dream become a reality. The question is, what do you want to do? What drives you? Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, after day after day. When things don't work out for you, when things happen that you could not anticipate, what are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong? You will never ever be successful until you turn your pain into greatness, until you allow your pain to push you from where you are to push you to where you need to be. Stop running from your pain and embrace your pain. Your pain is going to be a part of your product, a part of your product. I challenge you to push yourself. It's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation to any drive. In order to stay down there on a low level, it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. I mean, what you did last week in the power. Today is only 4 days. There are 86,400 seconds a day. And how to use those are critical. You got 86,400 today. And what you do today is going to see who you are. No matter what you did last week. Have this opportunity of a lifetime. It means absolutely nothing if you don't take advantage of it in the lifetime of this opportunity. I gotta say that when life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. If you want to think bad enough to go out and fight, you work day and night. You give up your time and all that you dream and schemes about. Life seems useless and worthless about it. Time now. You want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying, say yes to your life. You got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolded future, yes to your potential. As opposed to saying no. When you die, die on me. Don't dream better than God. No opportunity left behind. When you leave this earth, accomplish every single thing you can accomplish. Listen to me, you're going to be here one day, but you'll never be here to give up. If you give in, if you quit, if fuck God, you gotta want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe.
Hello. Hello, good morning. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes. Good morning. Thank you all for coming. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes, please. Good morning, all. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes. Hello, good morning. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes, please. Good morning, all. If you can hear me, let me have your yes. I'm having only one yes out of the number of people in the room. Let me have your yes so that we can start. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to Plan Your Trade, Trade Your Plan Daily Currency Review with Great White for the 14th of March 2019. As always, we start with this disclaimer to do you well to pay a bit of attention to it. So, that aside, let's get into our trade for today. So, looking at our pair for today, the major news we have is the Brexit. Like I said yesterday, let me get this back in here. Oh, I think I got this now. Okay, yep, got it back in there. Like I said yesterday, the vote for yesterday was rejected. So, yesterday's was rejected. Let me refresh this. That of Wednesday also was rejected. So now they are going in today to vote for an extension of Article 50. And that also, anything can happen. So this is the game plan for today. So having set that aside, let's look at what the currency pairs have for us today. As always, we start with the dollar index. As we can see, the dollar index seems to be in a downtrend for now. You can see it's clearly in a downtrend. He has broken this level and he may be coming back for a retest of that level. That level comes in at 96.81. Should that level or this area hold as resistance, then you may see a drop to this trend line from here. You may see a drop to this trend line on the dollar index. But should this area fail to hold as resistance, then you may see an upward move on the dollar index. But for now, the dollar index has a tilt to the downside. So knowing that, we look at the next one we'll be looking at is gold. We drop down to our intraday chart. Looking at gold, this trend line has been broken to the upside on gold. And as you can see, it broke above this level. Well, it broke above it, but it seems to be coming back for a retest. So this is the bottom line now. As long as price stays above 1302.51 and 1300, you may see an upward continuation of gold. The line in the sand is this rising trend line from the 4-hour. A break below this trend line will signal a shift in gold, but for now, it still has a bit of a bite to the upside. The next level, if these levels hold as support, the first area comes in here, which is between 1312, we'll say is 1312.54, to 13, 15, 37, and then this resistance area. But for now, gold seems to have a bullish bias for the time being. The next pair we'll be looking at is the USD CHF. And as you can see, the USD CHF has given a double top, which is bearish. So looking at this, how do we play this? It has found support here, and given the last 4-hour candle is a bullish engulfing, it may be trying to correct higher before continuing down. So the first resistance comes in at 1.0064, while the second one comes in at 1.0083. The Euro CHF is bearish for now, all things being equal. So you'll be looking for any rally to sell. I think I did something here. Let me see if I have. Okay, I don't. Okay, let me pull up the feed. Yes, I think I used a fib on the daily candle of yesterday. Yes, on only the daily candle of yesterday. Let me check this well. Let me set this well. Yep. So this is the game plan. Price may rally up towards probably 1.0625. As long as price stays below 1.0065, it still has its bearish bias intact. But a move above this level will turn the bias from being bearish to a little bit upwards to retest this high here. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro USD. So looking at the Euro USD is pretty bullish for now. As you can see, yesterday's candle closed pretty bullish, and that's like the third bullish rise. So we go down to our intraday chart, drop down to our 4-hour, and what do we have here? Here's the game plan. The 200 moving average on the 4-hour is giving price a little bit of challenge now. So we may see a dip, but for now, the Euro USD still seems to be in an uptrend. As you can see, price is above all your moving average, but it may dip. A break above this trend line, this falling trend line here, will confirm the bullish bias. But if price does not break above this trend line, then it may continue down further. As you can see, the dollar index is trying to correct higher, and as the dollar index tries to correct higher, it may cause the Euro USD to drop a. So the question is, where would the Euro USD likely find support? The first support comes in at 1.1295, the second one at 1.1276, while the third one comes in at 1.1252. So these are levels you need to watch out for. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP USD, sorry. GBP USD yesterday, very, very bullish, as you can see. Still in a sort of a rising channel, knowing that what is the game plan for this pair. The game plan for this pair is pretty simple. If this uptrend is to continue, as you can see, this trend line, price broke above it and has now fallen back below it. So now there's a question. Price may continue up as it still has a bullish bias. So the question is, at what levels would this upward move find support for now? So the first level comes in at 1.3225, while the second level comes in here at this moving average. Let me mark it up. Second level comes in here, 1.3150, while the third one comes in at 1.3098. So these are levels you need to pay attention to. And if you look at this 4-hour on the GBP USD, there's already an inside bar, the second one, which points to further downside on this pair. A move below, this is an anchor candle. This is what you call a bullish anchor candle. A move below the open price, and the open price of this anchor candle is 1.3213, which is here. Should you get a close below the low of this candle, then you may see price drop a little bit lower. But as long as price stays above 32.25, it has the potential to move higher to test this area. But for now, GBP USD has a bullish bias to the upside. If you're taking a short position, you'll be well advised to keep your positions a little bit reduced. The next pair we'll be looking at is the AUD USD. And looking at the AUD USD on the daily, get a view of him from the daily. Price closed a bit bullish yesterday, so we'll go down to our intraday chart to find out what we might be expecting. As you can see, price gave a bearish engulfing of this support area and is now currently sitting at a confluence of this trend line and this support area. Should price go below this trend line, then it may drop back down to retest this area. But should this support at 0.7060 and this trend line hold, then you may see an upward continuation on the AUD USD. For now, the pair is giving mixed signals. The next pair we'll be looking at is the USD JPY. And looking at the USD JPY from a daily point of view, seems to have bounced off the 200 of the daily, and it's currently rallying. Like I said, this candle is a bearish anchor candle. Should this price close above the open price, and the open price of this candle is at 11156, if there's a close above this open price, then price may move higher to test this trend line. But for now, the USD JPY has a bullish sentiment to the upside, but currently at a resistance area. So we may see a dip to either this level comes in at 11135, or to this rising support trend line for now. But for the time being, the USD JPY still has a bullish bias. So should this resistance be broken, what you should be expecting to look out for is something like this: a break, a retest, and a move higher. A break, retest, and a move higher on the pair. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP JPY. Looking at the GBP JPY, price is still bullish. As you can see, price is still very, very bullish, but it is presently at an area of resistance. There's a supply zone here. As you can see, there's a supply zone, and price is currently in that area. So this resistance here at 1.2623 is serving as support. Should you get a close below it, then we may see price drop down to retest this area. But for now, still bullish, but currently at a resistance area. So you'll be looking for bullish signals upon a dip to continue long. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP pound yen. Looking at the pound yen, there is a trend line on this pound yen from the daily point of view, and that trend line comes from this high. Let me get this drawn well. Let's get the week copy. From this high, it's from that high to this one, and price tested it yesterday. So now, knowing that, we go down to our intraday chart and going down to our intraday chart, we already have price is still bullish for now, but this trend line is at a resistance. So should price fail to clear this trend line, it may drop down towards this area. and that may give a short opportunity. But if you want to take that short opportunity, you would need to check your lot sizes to keep it on a low, as the prevailing trend is still pretty bullish. Already, we have what appears to be an inside candle here. So should the low of this candle, should price continue dropping, this inside candle is pointing to the fact that this up move might be thinning up for now. So we just need to watch for long opportunities. So should 147.45 hold as support, we may see price move higher. Or if it fails as support, the next support comes in at 146.77. So these are areas you'll be looking out for bullish evidence to continue in line with the prevailing trend. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP CHF. Looking at the GBP CHF, we can see there's also a trend line here. There's a trend line. Let me get this. Let me get this from the daily time frame. There's a trend line here. Trend line is running from this high to the high of day before yesterday here. And as you can see, price ran into that same level and dropped. So right now, price is retreating from this resistance area. Price is retreating from this resistance area. So still in a bullish bias, but we may see a dip towards 132.67. Should that area hold as support, then we may see a move higher on the GBP CHF. But for now, the GBP CHF is in between a resistance and a support area. The next pair we'll be looking at, I think I jumped from I don't think I looked at Euro GBP. Let me look at the Euro GBP. I don't remember working on the Euro GBP. Sorry. The Euro GBP seems to be playing out a double bottom. As you can see, this low of yesterday, the low of day before yesterday was not taken out. And if you look at this pair from the 4-hour, it seems to have given a sort of a double bottom, but still bearish, but it has the potential to still move higher a bit. As you can see, this lower channel here acted as support yesterday and gave price a bounce. So there is a potential that price may rally up a bit. As you can see, we have a double bottom, and you should know, should this Euro GBP start to continue a bit higher, it will put pressure on the other pound pairs to move lower. But for now, the pair is looking almost bearish to a sideways consolidation. As you can see, price is in between your moving average. The next pair we'll be looking at after the GBP CHF is the Euro AUD. And looking at the Euro AUD, price is looking a bit bearish. As we can see, price is looking a bit bearish. So knowing this, what do we do with it? Go down to our 4-hour chart. For now, price is at a resistance point. Having broke this support was previous resistance, but price has broken it. So now what do we have? Should this resistance hold, price may dip to this level, and that level is 1.6002. Should this level hold as support, then we may see price test this falling trend line. As you can see, this is a kind of a channel. It's a type of a channel. Some people call it a flank, but I'll call it a downward sloping channel. So if the price gets a rejection here, then you'll be looking to take a short opportunity downward. But for now, the Euro AUD has a bullish bias, but it's currently below a resistance. So you'll be looking for dips to buy on this pair, all things being equal. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP AUD. And looking at the GBP AUD from the daily point of view, price is currently using this previous high here as support. As you can see, this previous high price has not been able to close above it until yesterday. So it is now being used as support. So knowing that, we go down to our intraday chart, drop to our 4 hour, as you can see, it's using it as support. So should this level hold as support, the next resistance comes in at 1.9053. There is no other resistance that I know of until that point, except we are looking at a fib level. But I don't have the fib drawn on this pair, so the next static level comes in at 1.9053 on the pound Aussie dollar. The next pair we'll be looking at is the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar has a bullish bias until recently. So now it is above the support zone. The support zone comes in at 0.636831 to 0.6823. As long as this level holds as support, price has the potential to maybe try this trend line. But should this level fail as support, price is coming down. Price may come down to 0.6791. But for now, price seems to be consolidating with a slightly bullish bias to the upside. The next we'll be looking at is the USD card. And looking at the USD card, it has been bearish, as you can see, but price may be retesting this previously broken trend line, as you can see. And if you go down to your other chart, let's see, do I have a trend line here? Trend line. As you can see, price, there is a neckline here, and that neckline support comes in at 1.3300, and that same level has the 50% of from this point to this point. That comes in at 1.3291. So should this confluence, and you have this moving averages lined up here, should this level hold as support, we may see price rally higher on this pair. So we just need to be a little bit cautious when trading this pair for now. Next we'll be looking at is the USD card. Looking at the USD card, seems to have given a double top here. Price might be correcting to retest this resistance here. If price should fail at this resistance, then it may come back down to this first one or this rising T line. But should this level fail as resistance upon a retest, the next level of resistance comes in at 1.7830. So that's about it for our pairs for today. If you have any question, I'll be glad to answer your questions. This is my Telegram handle. You can direct your questions to me. I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you all for coming and wish you all a very, very, very beautiful trading day ahead.